Hey, what's up, guys and girls? Welcome to your morning cup. Today is November 2nd, 2020, Monday, beginning of the week, new me. Election eve, the eve of the biggest election, in the generation, without question. People can argue about whatever they want, but this is a month. This is a huge election. Whether way you slice it, however you feel about it, your opinions on the matter, it matters to a lot of people, and everyone has an opinion, and most people give a damn, and a lot of people give a damn a whole lot. Where it affects how they feel about a lot of other things. So, I'm gonna talk about some stuff today. Nothing in particular, but I'm gonna show y'all this video. Apparently, Vice President Biden had some kind of Biden. Every time I hear Biden talk, I'm like, oh boy, his voice just I can't. Oh man, it's a tough spot. This election, man. You're gonna pick, you're gonna choose, you're gonna vote for, and and like you have these two guys. Very, 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 very questionable suspect, to say the least, candidates. One of them is the incumbent president, who's been doing a whole freaking bunch, the last 3 years and 9 months, 8 months, 7 months. And his last year been the craziest. So, Vice President Biden, his tour bus. Not his tour bus, his tour bus. I see, look, I'm gonna put on one of them rappers. And it's funny too, because I could kind of compare these guys to rappers, but I'll do that. I'll show y'all that later. It's real windy out here today in New York City, by the way. Very windy Monday morning. I wanted to do this a couple hours ago, but Dodo didn't charge up his equipment, so here I go. Regardless, though, so Biden's bus, it was allegedly run off the road down in Texas by Trump supporters who had their trucks and their flags. The Trump supporters out there honking with their big pickup trucks and their caravans, and they was chilling, they're riding. You already know they riding out for Donnie. You already know they riding out for the Trump. You already know that. We spoke about this millions of times. You know that. So I guess with the bus driver and the whole commit what the whole squad is saying is that they're trying to run them off the road. Like I said, I left the windows open. I want y'all to, it's the rawness right now. I was like, hopefully it don't come out too loud. The wind is really blowing out there, though. So now, they out there with the trucks, so he says they ran them off. Basically, they took the bus off of the road. They didn't go to wherever they were going to go, to the campaign stop. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Biden was on the bus, but whatever. But President Trump found out about this, and he was campaigning. I'm not sure where he was at. Hopefully we can figure it out. I put this together real quick, so let's go.
Do you see the way our people, they were protecting his bus yesterday because they're bus. So his bus, they had hundreds of cars. Trump and the American flag. That's it. You see Trump and American flag. Do you ever notice when you see the other side? I don't even see much of the other side.
The other side.
You don't see any. They have no spirit. They have no enthusiasm. They have no nothing. But you know what? I don't see them. But whenever you see like a small group, because there's got to be smokers, there's nobody around, nobody cares. But you see these groups, you never see an American flag. I always say, if you look at a group and you don't see the American flag, that's the opposition.
The opposition, the ops.
And I say that Congress, and I'm going to do very hard for this because we have to go through a big deal. But I say when somebody burns the American flag, they should go to jail.
Right. He talking about the opposition. One more time. 48 seconds. One more time.
Do you see the way our people, they were protecting his bus yesterday because they're bus. So his bus, they had hundreds of cars. Trump and the American flag. You see Trump and American flag. Do you ever notice when you see the other side? I don't even see much of the other side.
Oh, they not even
You
outside.
don't see any. They have no spirit. They have no enthusiasm. They have no nothing.
Yo.
But you know what? I don't see it. But whenever you see like a small group, because there's got to be small, because there's nobody around. Nobody cares. But you see these groups, you never see an American flag. I always say, if you look at a group and you don't see the American flag, you know that's the opposition. You know? And I say that Congress, and I'm going to do very hard for this because we have to go through a big deal. But I say when somebody burns the American flag, they should go to jail.
Right. Okay. So now, yo, you see the key, yo, this is so poetic. Like, I like a lot of people, like, you know, the way I see things be a little different, but I know there's people who think the same way as me. Like, the dog whistles in here, like, you know, he's talking about the opposition, and he's talking about, oh, they not outside. He really sound like a member, right? You guys know what I'm talking about? He really sound like a gang member, yo. Like, he's got a gang, and the other gang, and that's how he talks, like. And it's interesting to me because, you know, this election, I mean, hey, listen, he has enemies. He has the blue side is his ops, straight up. You want to look at it like that? You want to look at it on some New York, or Chi-Town, or LA, whatever type, you know, like how the young kids is playing. It's a very definite comparison you can make. You know, the Republicans and the Democrats type shit. You know, no, but for real, like when he talks about, yeah. First of all, let me go back. You know, 2000. I've been paying attention to American elections since the '88 election with George Bush, the older Bush, and Michael Dukakis. You know, I was a young boy, but I was very interested in it. They made us vote in class to pick who was going to win. I think I picked Dukakis back then. I don't know why, but I did. You know what I'm saying? Maybe my folks, I don't know. It don't matter. But I forgot who won in the class. Bush might have won in the class. I went to a very diverse school in grade school and middle school. Shout out to 238, to Ann Sullivan, PS 238, magnet school. Terrific school, especially when we were there. Whatever. So from '88 till the first time I seen and I learned about the electoral college and all that shit. The first time I seen an election was that was contested, like seriously, was a lot of my peers have seen, was the 2000 election between Gore and George W. Bush, the Bush everyone knows now, the alive Bush. Everyone remembers what happened. People picked sides. There were sides taken, and people wanted Gore. People wanted Trump. Sorry, Trump. People wanted Gore. Shit. People wanted Gore. People wanted Bush, and eventually Gore would win the popular vote, and he lost the election because of the electoral college, and that's the first time people were really schooled on the electoral college as far as media and publicly. We learned about it in school, but obviously people forget about it until it happens again, and it happened in 2016 when President Trump defeated Secretary of State Clinton. And with that said, after the 2000 elections, people went to work the next day. They were, you know, a lot of people didn't like, and you know what I'm saying? The conflict and the dispute lasted for weeks. It wasn't until like the third week it was officially declared, but probably it was after the first 4 days. People still thought Gore they would count the votes in Florida and Gore could win. The whole Florida dispute and the whole Jeb Bush, his brother, George's brother being down in Florida, and all the controversy that came with it, and the accusations of corruption. So boom, 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 boom. Fast forward, we had that. Like I was saying, after that happened, people got over it. A lot of people didn't like it. You know, I'm from New York City, so Democratic city. A lot of people around me wanted Gore to win. People didn't like it. They ate that. They went forward. You know, this election, I know, and then later on we would see the popular vote thing come up again when, like I said, Trump defeat Hillary. So this election, I know for a fact. I don't know if the popular vote is gonna be the loser. The winner of the popular vote is gonna lose again. I can't say that, but I would imagine if Trump won again, that would be the case. But regardless of that, with that said, it doesn't matter the outcome. We're not going to go to work tomorrow or on Wednesday normally. You know, it's not going to have that same, it's not going to have just that regular water cooler talk. We're going to see things happen that night. And we're going to hear things happen. And the controversy and uncertainty is going to be run rampant. And accusations and all of that stuff. And, you know, and there's a lot of people who are willing to push a tour bus off the side of the road. And there's a lot of people on the vice versa, or the other side, the opposition, who ain't gonna be with it, and they probably have guns on the bus and shoot off. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be cause and there's gonna be reactions. There's gonna be a lot of that on Tuesday tomorrow. It's like as this wind blows, you know, it's a storm upon us. I talked to a good friend of mine this morning. We had an interesting conversation about it's like, you ever been like attacked mentally or spiritually, you know? Nowadays people call it anxiety. Or, you know, some people call it God's will or the devil's work. You know, but whether you believe in that sort of thing or not, shit happens that you don't know about or you can't explain. And if you don't respect that, that's on you. You will learn more how that is the case as your life goes on. Or you can stay in denial and just never understand it and just be a victim to it. With that said, the questions we have as this cloud comes upon us, wherever we're at, and I'm talking about a cloud of uncertainty. I'm not talking about who's going to be president, you know, because I have my doubts about both men, obviously, as many of you do. And some people are really all in with this man. You know, they'll applaud the tour bus. But when you look at that crowd, not everybody's all in, because you see these guys wearing their masks because they believe in that virus. They respect that virus. You see what I'm saying? They respect it. I'm so raw, you know, I'm not even going to give you the Channel 5 W. Du Bois voice, well, you know, and do my thing. You know, I could do that, but I'm not going to do that. I just want to let this out, you know, I'm going to make this one cut. Real talk, like, they respect that, but they believe in a lot of things he want to do. A lot of things some of you might not believe in. And some of my viewers do. This is all of this early voting. This is the first time I've ever seen so much where they had polls, because, you know, where I voted, and, you know, we voted last week, the whole polls were open. Every zip code had a huge facility, whether it was the Barclay Center or the Cultural Christian Center in Canarsie that I had, or wherever have you. They had all of these facilities where you can go vote, and, you know, and then you had the questions and the doubts from the White House talking about the accuracy of the count of the votes. That, you know, planting those seeds of doubt. So with all of those planned, and you see the video I had before with the gentleman in Virginia who said he had all them guns just in case the election was stolen from this man. There are people waiting. They're waiting for a signal. There's a lot of people waiting for that signal. And then there's other people waiting for the people waiting for the signal. Like, yo, as soon as they go do that, we gonna do this. And those people don't have a face. None of these people have a color or a sex or a sexuality or a gender, instead of sex, for you PC motherfuckers. So, right, you know, it's not like, yo, this side is this the color this side, because there's people of colors or black people on this side. There's black people on that side. There's gay people on this side. There's gay people on that side. You seen them. This movement, this is not 1965. This is some next level shit. You know, this is some V shit. This is some sci-fi shit. Real talk, man, because our minds are so powerful we don't even know it. That's why everybody want control of it. That's why people want to control your mind, because of the power that it wields. Like, this is real shit, man. So, you know, I know I'm talking a lot. Hopefully, you know, people watching this, you know, big day tomorrow. Very interesting. Like, I'm not rushing to get into it like the first day of school at all, but I'm very anxious to see what happens, and I'm very prepared for whatever can and come with it. You know, it might be like Y2K, it might be nothing. Or it might be like coronavirus, it might be something, you know? And like, once again, I said, that virus, it got us voting 8 days ahead in these big facilities. So now, like I said, they questioning the accuracy of the votes. We're gonna, you know, that's gonna be one of the things, yo. Yep. There we go.
Today, anxiety
Next one.
is hitting close to home.
The city and some businesses are preparing for large-scale protests or even riots following Tuesday's election. CBS News.
Let's start that over. My bad.
Today, anxiety is hitting close to home.
The city and some businesses are preparing for large-scale protests or even riots following Tuesday's election. CBS News' Kieran Dillon has more.
More preparations are underway across Manhattan to avoid a repeat of this. Riots and looting that broke out during anti-police protests this summer.
We're planning on boarding up.
Saturday's NYC in Soho was one of several businesses that was hit by looters. This time, they're not taking any chances and are planning to board up.
We just never know living in this country. We just never know the outcome of the election. So to be safe, a lot of businesses around are like boarding up, trying to prep for it.
Not far away, this boutique is less worried about potential unrest, but it has made sure its insurance policy covers damages as a result of riots, just in case.
If somehow grass was crushed, they cover that. And if and they steal something from here, they cover that as well.
Mayor de Blasio
It's
said
covered.
the city is prepared for several protests to break out on Tuesday, as well as the potential of differing protest groups.
Why she had to say
confronting
break
one another. He says if things turn violent, the NYPD will step in. The NYPD says it has reviewed how it responded to this summer's events and has implemented more training for officers. It has also advised businesses to take extra security measures.
Accept ye, O Lord, the results on Tuesday, O Father God.
Meanwhile, in the Bronx, pastors from the Clergy Council of the 49th Precinct came together to pray for peace Sunday.
Yo, this shit about to get ill.
Be legitimate, and we don't want to see violence in our neighborhoods. We don't want to see destruction in our land.
These businesses agree.
People just react to things in their own way. Some people take advantage of the emotions around.
They say it's important to be ready if things get out of hand. In Soho, Kieran Dillon, CBS 2 News.
Yo, my man said some real shit. He said, people like to take advantage of the feelings of what's going around, the feelings of the air. And that was the realest shit. He said, they got everything boarded up. They took my, and she's up there praying. She got the Pastor G was praying, and they were talking about the neighborhood getting destroyed. When it gives like vibe, like when it goes down, and they should pray. I'm gonna pray tonight. Like I do every night, every morning. I'm gonna pray for what I pray for though. I'm not gonna pray particularly for this election. Like I said, I'm ready for this, but I want everyone to be ready, for the aftermath, the immediate aftermath, and then the long-term aftermath of one of the biggest days of our lives, and the biggest year and the craziest year of our lives, 2020, the year of the COVID, And speaking of Corona, she still don't give a f about us. She's still on top of us. Yo, that's crazy, right? I'm lying? That's that Haitian in me, yo. I swear, man. That's that Haitian ish in me, man. Rest in peace to my grandma, man. She was blind, but she could see everything, you heard? Yeah, she died, yo, at 100 years old, 101. So now, was it 100? One of the two. But anyway, so yeah, man, so, that shit, the COVID's still on top of us, man. I wanted to do a nice little, vlog, blog, whatever you want to call it, video, YouTube video, big YouTuber. But I wanted to do a little one, because, I hadn't been around last week, and once again, it's because of the same reason, wherever you didn't get to go where you were supposed to go. Whatever that may be, that's why I wasn't here last week. But I'm here. And, a friend shouted me out. I said, damn, I got to make a big video. I said, I got to make a video. It's been a minute. My homegirl, she shouted me out. Queen of Tarot's Vibe, follow her, subscribe to her. But she shouted, she was like, yeah, and it was like, yeah, man, I got to make a video, man. But this is real shit, though, man. I'm going to do something tomorrow, man. I'm not going to reiterate this shit again. Of course, we're going to mention it because it's going to be election day. That Tuesday. Like I said, man, you can feel the storm coming, man. This is not coincidence. This is prophetic. It's prophetic. This is real. So, I'm trying to see if there's anything I forgot. Football Sunday came and went. I haven't done a show with Maddie B in a minute. I would like to. We're gonna see what's up with that. It's, you know, what else? What else? It was something else I had seen that I wanted to put y'all on to. I don't know. I guess you're gonna have to wait, man. You know, I guess you're gonna have to wait for the next video. I guess, man. We out though. Like, subscribe, share. I'm skedaddle. All right, I'm out.